So one of the biggest things I'm learning about managing multiple important priorities is that you gotta be intentional. You can't just be out here going with the flow and expecting that you're gonna be able to make time for all the things that's important to you. So with that being said, I think the very, very first thing that you need to do if you're trying to manage a full-time job with having kids, with having a side hustle or a side business or being in school is that you gotta physically write down what all of your biggest priorities are. Because at the end of the day, awareness is everything. And so just by simply making yourself aware of what your biggest priorities are, it becomes a lot easier to prioritize those priorities when you have to make decisions about what to prioritize. And I know a lot of people might, naturally think that you are just automatically going to be good at prioritizing everything and that you don't need to write it down to know what your priorities are. But I promise you, it's a certain effect that happens when you actually write it down. So just take 5 or 10 minutes to simply write down what the absolute biggest priorities are in your life. Now, after you take that 5 or 10 minutes to write down your biggest priorities, the next thing you need to do is to write down all of the things that's unnecessary that you're spending time on that's stopping you from spending more time on your priorities. Because like I said, if you want to have more time to manage to make time for the things that's more important to you, you do have to be intentional. And so that also means being very intentional about eliminating non-important distractions. Now, for a lot of people, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, your biggest distraction is your cell phone. And that's facts. I'm just going to assume that you probably spending multiple hours a day on social media or YouTube or anything like that, but you own your cell phone. And the thing is this, man, don't be delusional, because a lot of people will sit there and try to say that they don't spend as much time on their phone as they really do. But I guarantee you, if you go into your phone settings right now and you look up your screen time, I promise you, like, your screen time is going to be a lot higher than what you think it is. And at the end of the day, listen, if it is, it's okay. It happens. So it's not like you need to try to, defend why your screen time is so high or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, if your screen time is high, then your screen time is high, regardless of what the reason is. Now, if you actually work on your phone or something like that, cool. But listen, don't try to sit there and make excuses for yourself or nothing like that. Just accept the fact that you on your phone way too much. You need to get off the phone. So write that down as one of the distractions. Now, for any, other people, it could be other things. It could be TV. It can be whatever. But you have to know how you spending your time. And specifically, you need to know what you spending your time on that's really not important, that's stopping you from spending time on the things that are actually important. Now, once you have that list of the different things that's not important, all you got to do is just simply commit to eliminating those things from your life. So let's just say, for example, your screen time is 5 hours a day. All right, well, just start off, the next day, try to see if you can get it down to 4 hours. And then the next day, try to see if you can get it down to 3 hours. And just be disciplined. When you get into those moments where you know that you got something important to do, but you just want to relax a little bit and chill and scroll on your phone, don't pull that phone out, because you might plan on only being on it for 5 minutes, but then that 5 minutes turn to 10, that 10 minutes turn to 15, and that 15 minutes turn into hours. And then you just like, whatever, I'll try again tomorrow. And then tomorrow get here, and then you be like, whatever, I'll try again tomorrow. And then tomorrow get here, and then you keep on repeating that same cycle. So you have to be disciplined at eliminating these distractions from your life, right? If you playing video games, look, the video game might be fun, but is it more important than you spending time on these things that are deeply important to you? Probably not. So the next thing that you need to know is just from a mental standpoint, you got to be willing to sacrifice. But the whole objective is you sacrifice today for a better tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't that you never going to have time to play the game. It's just that you don't have time to play it today. And then you probably don't have time to play it tomorrow either, or the next day, or the next day. But then somehow, miraculously, when you stop spending time on these things, you end up with so much more time in the day that you did not know that you had. And that's because, look, this is the thing about managing multiple priorities. It can be done. And it's a lot of people out here doing it. So no matter how busy you are, I promise you, it's somebody out there that's even more busier than you, and they still making time for all the things that's important. And the simple reason, or the reason that they able to do that, is because they eliminate all the BS, man. They eliminate all the things that's not really important to them. So now all of a sudden, you do got another 30 minutes or so to spend with your kids. Now you do have 30 minutes an hour to work on your YouTube channel. And you do have, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, look, it don't have to be a lot, right? That's the next tip that I got for y'all, is that you ain't got to spend 8 hours a day on your side business when you already got a full-time job that you work 8 hours a day, and then you got kids and you got to cook. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be working out for an hour every time you work out. You can work out for 15, 20 minutes. I promise you, if you go hard enough, you can get a good workout in. And the main thing that I really want you to know is that your small efforts do add up over time. And so if you're looking at it from a place of comparison, meaning you comparing yourself to other people, as in, okay, this dude over here, he work out for 90 minutes a day and he do that 5 times a week. And I'm only working out for 20 minutes and I'm doing that 3 times a week. And so you telling yourself that you are not, doing as good as that person, but at the end of the day, you don't know that person's life situation. Apparently, if they working out 5 times a week, 90 minutes every time, they have the time to do that. You might not have the time to do that. But then you rationalize that, well, if I don't have time to go all in, then I'm not going to do it at all. But then what's the effects of you not working out at all? You only hurting yourself by doing that. You would be so much better off if you would just work out for 20 minutes 3 times a week. So just understand that if you are busy, then it's not going to be 100% optimal. You're not going to be able to spend absolutely as much time as you want to spend on everything that you want to spend, but you can have some type of time to spend on it. And if you just continuously do that, just imagine all these things, these important things in your life that you've been neglecting. Just imagine if you give them 15, 30 minutes a day for a whole year. Like, it's no way possible that you're not going to end up in a better position at the end of the year than you are now. So if you have multiple important priorities that you need to manage and you're not able to get to some of them, at the end of the day, all you need to know is what are the priorities. So make sure that you're 100% clear on what your biggest priorities really are. Figure out what are you doing that is unimportant that you can eliminate from your life. A lot of times that's probably going to come down to entertainment and things like that. Eliminate that stuff from your life. Dedicate small amounts of time to your biggest priorities and just keep doing that time and time again. Be consistent with it. I promise you it's going to make the biggest difference in your life. And one day you will end up in a position where you actually have more time to give to those things. So hopefully those tips is helpful for you. If you like these tips, then go ahead and like the video for me. And then let me know in the comments if I missed anything. What else should people know if they're trying to make time for their biggest priorities? Also, check the link in the description. I got a book in there titled Atomic Habits. I highly recommend you check that book out if you never have, because that book goes into a lot of detail about how you can set up systems in your life to make more progress on things, even if you got the same amount of time that you got now. So check that book out. Subscribe to my channel if you want more content like this to help you become the best version of yourself. Check out this video that I'm about to drop right here. And then other than that, man, I'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.